Hi there, and welcome back to ZKM Sports Talk. Last time, it's been about a month since we last did the update on NBA teams. Last week we did the NBA Power Rankings, and the previous time we did this, we did the bottom 10 teams, and during the bottom 10 teams, Charlotte was in the bottom 10, but since then they are now back up into the middle bracket, and then in 2 weeks from now we will be doing the top 10 teams. And see if one of these teams maybe get into the top 10 instead. Maybe the Pacers maybe not start to be so awful and lose 2 games in a row to some awful teams. Yeah. But hopefully maybe we can get them in the top 10, or maybe Thunder in 2 weeks might probably get in the top 10. I don't think anybody else will get in the top 10, unfortunately. But as in 2 weeks from right now, this is an update as to what this video is that it's the current record, and then the overall record at the end of the season is what we said in our previous videos, that it was in the middle of August is when we started a weekly thing where we would take teams, talk about their current roster, so on and so forth, but we'd say the record will be like at the end of this season. So an example, Charlotte Hornets, I said that they would be 40 and 42. Zach would say 41-41, and Mike said 42 and 41. But with it being halfway through the season, it's getting a little over halfway through the season. But Mike said at halfway through the season would be 21 and 20 as an example. Right. Then you have Charlotte. I'll just go ahead and name the teams in the record, and then we'll just look at what we had as a record. Charlotte Hornets at 28 and 34, Detroit Pistons at 29 and 32, Utah Jazz 31-30, Miami Heat 32 and 29, Los Angeles Clippers 32 and 28, Denver Nuggets 33 and 28, Milwaukee Bucks 33 and 28, Philadelphia 76ers 32 and 27, Indiana Pacers 34 and 27, and Oklahoma City Thunder 36 and 27. I looked at the video for the Jazz, and we did not one of us talked about the record. I looked through the whole, I think it was about 15 minutes or so, and we did not talk about them at all. We talked about Donovan Mitchell, we talked about the players, and just how Gordon Hayward left them hung and dry, and we didn't talk about them at all. I don't know why the record at all. Mike didn't say, also another thing is he didn't talk about the Nuggets at all either for that record.
I think I said the record at this stage would be 33 and 28.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I don't know. We were all pretty consistent on the Nuggets, thinking that they were going to be right at the top of the middle.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'd be 31 and 20. No, 21 and 20. And right. Yeah, they're about there.
Yeah. So, Charlotte, 28-34. Okay, Kyle, you thought 40-42. Well, we all were pretty close on this one.
Yep.
Yeah, we gave them a little bit
too much
credit.
Because there's only 60. They've only got 20 games left. They played 62, so they've only got 20 games. So they'd have to win
12 games for
12
Kyle.
Games out of 12 and 8. They have to be 12 and 8.
And that's the best. So
13 and 7.
Probably not going to be that good.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially with teams going to the playoffs.
Yep. So. And they're just starting to do a push, though. I think they have like 5 wins in a row right now.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better. I think Kyle and I looked at their coming schedule, though. They're playing some tough teams.
No, they're playing some of the easier teams.
Oh, are they playing the easier teams?
Yeah, because I remember you and I looked at our record for the Pacers, and it's a really difficult schedule, and they have some of the easiest games. I think Chicago Bulls, they play them like 2 or 3 times. I think Charlotte a couple of times. They have like one of the easier schedules.
Right. So yeah,
they have a good possibility of making the playoffs, but I'm not sure if they will get to our record. But
wins, yeah.
And they seed at maybe like 32 wins where we're at now. If they 8th seed, they might be able to sneak into the playoffs. So got Detroit Pistons pretty much 20, 21.
Yeah, we were all pretty close on that. I just can't believe how dominant they started the season
Detroit,
and then just fell so hard.
Under 500. I know.
Like,
You know, I was listening to Colin Cowherd on Fox Sports, and he pointed out something that is it's starting to become pretty obvious, is that Blake Griffin's not as good of a player as they make him to be.
Yeah, they paid a lot of money.
Yeah, 5-year, $147 million for that kind of contract.
$30 million.
But after he had lost Chris Paul, he's just not he's not a player that's gonna.
He can't create shots.
No.
After his first injury, where he lost a lot of his raw athleticism, is when he's just down.
Knee injuries. Yep. He can't jump like he
he's
used
had
to.
to turn into a shooter instead of an athletic finisher, and he's
He's
not
always
that
had
kind of player.
He's always had an odd shot anyway to begin with. He never was a jump shooter.
No.
Really.
He kind of has like a weird twist shot and
both
throws
his hands.
Yeah.
And just kind of
looks awkward.
And honestly, I don't know why they would even want to do that trade. First, they lost a first-round pick.
Yep.
Second, they take on that ridiculous salary.
Contract.
$147 million.
Yep. Like, that's just...
And they gave up
Tobias Harris, who's one of
better.
the best shooters.
Well, Harris is a better scorer, I think, than
Blake Griffin
is. I really do.
And then Avery Bradley's not a bad defender.
The best defenders.
Yep.
That was it was an awful trade.
Awful trade.
I think I would have put the Jazz pretty much right there.
I can see that.
Right above 500.
Probably in the 40 overall range. Yeah.
I don't know though.
I can see it because Rudy Gobert's still an elite defender. Derek Favors can play pretty well.
Yeah,
and then Donovan Mitchell's
yeah, they had a pretty deep team to start.
Yep.
So.
Well, they had a great winning streak there.
Yep. 10 wins. Yep.
That helped them tremendously.
Yep.
11
wins. Yep.
So they would be obviously a lot worse record than but they've come on. So.
Let's go ahead and move on to Miami Heat.
I think you might be a little off on that one, Mike.
Yeah,
39 wins.
They only 7 more wins.
Yep.
7 wins, 14 more losses.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm hopeful that that's what happens
for the Pacers. Yeah, that helps for the Pacers. That'd be 7 and what did we just say? 7 and 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. They're going to be at least 20, probably 11 and 10 or 500 at least.
Yeah, with Dwayne Wade back now, he
What
went
did
clutch.
15 points in the fourth quarter the other day, something like that.
You guys will almost be right on, I think. You're 42 and 41. I think that's about what the record's going to end up being, unless they go on a crazy tear, which I hope they don't.
I hope so too.
Pacers.
Oof.
But I think you guys are pretty darn. I didn't think they were going to be as good because of.
Yeah, they had that win streak in the middle of nothing, and
that helped them a lot, didn't it?
Yep.
Well, they started off the season without Wade.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they started. The Whiteside got hurt.
Yep.
That hurt him. But
he had a bad attitude at the beginning of season 2. Yep.
Yeah. They're in there. They're hanging in there.
Yep.
I gotta say.
Kelly Olynyk's still not a bad player that can shoot the ball. Dragic is pretty good. Justice Winslow's starting to show his potential. Yeah, he's really getting good.
Playing better.
Yep. They're starting to become a decent overall team. Josh Richardson's not a bad player. It's starting to they're starting to click now, and it's starting to get kind of scary for the Pacers.
Yeah.
You got the Clippers.
I think I might have lost that one.
31 and 51 and 32 wins.
I mean, they can lose a win. Like, they got disqualified.
Disqualified for a match, yeah. They find out that they had cheated in some way. Yeah, they could lose.
And then they lose, 13 more in a row? Yeah, I see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. They, when they lost Chris Paul, we thought they were just going to be
awful,
worse.
Yep.
Now Kyle,
I didn't though. For some reason,
37. Yeah.
I guess the only thing I can think is back then I thought
23 in a row. Just kidding.
23 in a row.
23, yeah. What made you think? Yeah.
I can only think is that maybe they got more depth is why I want to give them that many more wins.
Patrick Beverly, and they got in
Sam Decker, Montrezl Harrell.
Right.
I think they got a first-round pick out of it.
Is Beverly out?
He's out for the
season.
So I thought it. Also, Lou Williams.
Yeah, which he's turned out to be
23 points per game off the bench.
Yeah, he's been really good.
So that
actually, their record's been pretty surprising. I mean, it's kind of really surprising.
And now they got at that time.
Zach knows it's pretty surprising since they've won 32 games already.
And then they also got Tobias Harris and Avery Bradley in that trade with Blake Griffin. So they have a good chance to get close to 40 wins.
They get 22 more. So they go 11 and 11. 39 should be 44 and 39. That's not right.
No, they'd go 7 and 15 for you.
I'm talking if they went 500 the rest of the way.
Oh, okay.
They have 60 and there's 82, so it's 22 games. Oh, okay, 22 games left.
So 11 and 11, yeah.
11 and 11. So it'd be 43 and 39. That'd be a pretty decent record. It won't make it in the playoffs probably for the
West, yeah.
The West, I don't know what the record is now.
I don't know.
It may because Denver, I think, is in the playoffs right now, aren't they? And they're 33 and 28. They're only
33 and 20. Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs, so Clippers can make the playoffs. That'd be kind of amazing.
Yeah. I mean, because Pelicans got kicked out.
Okay.
And they're above the Jazz right now, so...
Right.
As it stands, the 8th seed is 33 and 28, and that's Denver Nuggets.
Okay, so they're one game behind. Oh, I bet they played one less games.
Yep.
It's a battle then.
Yep.
For the Clippers and the Nuggets. Holy crap.
And then the 8th seed and the 7th seed is 3-game difference, and that's Oklahoma City. They're 36,
so it's really
and then
between
it's
the
Denver
Clippers
33.
and the Nuggets then.
Yep.
For that 8th seed.
Wow.
Holy crap.
So I was saying that the Pelicans fell behind, but they're actually up ahead.
What's their record?
They are in the top 10.
Yep, they're 35 and 26.
Yeah.
Ooh.
7-game win streak.
Oh, okay.
So they're in the top 10.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Shit, without DeMarcus Cousins, that's
amazing. Anthony Davis is on a tear.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, 50 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 steals, something like that. The other night. Jesus.
Yeah. So he's a one-man show.
Yep. Got Denver Nuggets.
Right.
42 and 40, 42 and 40, and again, Mike did not say.
I think I probably was right.
Probably right. Yeah. 33 and 28.
I mean, they're probably gonna go
right about
ahead of where we were.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're playing well.
9 and 12. Yeah, I don't see them doing that bad. So
they'll go at least 500. We know that. So they'll
probably break 41 and 41.
43, maybe 43 wins or something like that.
I'd probably go up to even 45, 46.
If the way they're playing.
Yep.
So
Jokic is no joke, and now they got what's his name? Paul Millsap back now too.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yep, he's back from his wrist injury.
Wow, that'll help him a lot.
Yep. So they're going to be pushing. Now you got Milwaukee Bucks 33 and 28, and then I said 46 and 36. Zach 45 and 30.
While they might hit those totals that we've said, I mean it'll probably be pretty close. It's just they've played so ugly this year.
Yep.
I really can't even believe that they're where they are.
Yep. Same here.
But then some of the games they're just like, we're gonna smash your face and let you watch.
Yep. What's go ahead?
How last night they played? Was that just last night? Was a game that was it the Wizards? Who'd the Wizards play last night?
Well, they played Golden State.
Yeah. It was Golden State. No, it must have been the game before that. Bucks. We really want the Bucks to lose because that'll help us.
The Sixers.
Yeah, it was the Sixers. That's right. Yeah, and I thought Bucks. They're a good team, but for some reason we beat them, and I thought we were going to get beat by the Bucks, but for some reason they lose games that They should win.
Yeah, it was not last. Was it last? No, it was 2 nights ago that we watched against Washington, and Giannis can't shoot to save his career. He is awful.
Yeah. They lost to the Pistons last night.
Did
by
they?
23.
Yep.
See, it's really weird. I mean,
he can't shoot.
It's good for the Pacers.
Giannis played 30 minutes, was 5 of 13 shooting, only had 3 rebounds.
See,
assists.
Yeah.
Teams are trying to figure out that he can't shoot.
Keep away from the basket.
Yep.
And make him shoot jump shots.
Yep.
And he had 4 turnovers.
Yep.
Yeah, he just didn't.
He's starting. People are trying to figure him out. He's
going to have to work on that shot.
Yep. He's going to have to, or else this is not going to work out very well for him. He might become like LeBron, where he can develop it, but I don't know. He is only 23 years old.
He's young.
So he has time.
So let's see. I hope that he doesn't reach the record that we're
wanting
because that will kill the Pacers. But I don't think they're going to. They're 61. That'd be 13 more wins. 13-8. Well, I guess they could.
13-8.
Yes, they could do it, but let's hope not.
Philadelphia 76ers 36-46, 36-46, and 33-49.
So that'll be good for the Pacers if they go 1-12.
1-12.
No, 1-22.
1-22.
Can they do that?
I mean, that's another team. Like, didn't even have them.
Well, we listened before this to what we all talked about, or when back in August, and we heard what you said, Zach, about it, and you said you like Ben Simmons, he's fast, and he can pass the ball, and you said we talked about Embiid, but we just didn't know, and we talked a little bit about cut, but we didn't really know a lot about the way the team was going to be.
Yeah, going to turn out. Yep. Injury-wise, also.
Injury-wise, especially they've.
Embiid and Simmons. Yep.
So they've both been fairly healthy.
Yep.
And look at their record.
Yep.
They've been playing pretty well.
I don't know if I could have called that injury thing better though with Fultz being out.
Fultz, yeah.
Like
that still sucks.
Yeah.
And that's what you
3 first-round picks in a row
that have had at least a year off.
Yeah.
You pointed. We talked about what the starting lineup is going to be. We asked it, and you said that you'd like to see Ben Simmons at the point,
right?
Then Fultz at shooting guard.
If though that was the key, if he could shoot. Or somehow, what do you say about the shot? Something about the shot though.
No, you're talking about Ben Simmons with the shot. I think he's awful at shooting. Covington small forward, Dario Saric at power forward, and Embiid at center.
Right.
But without Fultz, I mean, they're still killing it because JJ Redick
has been playing. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get right into Pacers. Well,
we're upset right now. Let's face it. We're all upset.
34-27. I said 41-41. Zach said 42-40, and Mike said 42-40.
I think we're all going to be short on this. I'm going to be positive on this. I think they're going to win. That's 61. They got 21 games left. If they win 10 more games, 10-10, they'll
go 34.
44 wins. So we're all going to be short. Thank God. If they can win. Go 500 the rest of the way. Based on the last 2 games they played, let's all talk about it here for a minute. 2 of the worst games of the season.
2 of the worst teams in the NBA.
NBA.
Lost to, for fans out there, they lost to the Atlanta Hawks last night.
And Dallas Mavericks
the night before.
Yep.
Who both won 18 games coming into that, going against the Pacers.
Yep.
Pacers had a chance to go 36-25. Which would be tremendous.
Yep.
To be almost in first place in the division.
Yep.
Or the conference. And instead, we lose to those 2 bozos, and now we're struggling to make the playoffs.
With Cavs losing, they've lost a couple games recently.
Yeah.
We'd be the third seed probably.
I know. We have a good chance. We
had
a good chance.
Because we played 3 more games than them, I think.
Yep.
So our losses would have been tied, but we would have been 3 because we would have been winning more.
Right.
Yep.
So those are 2 of the worst losses I've seen the Pacers have
this year. Yeah.
If we were to talk about it, we looked totally. I mean, I didn't watch last night's game all the way through, but we looked inept against Atlanta. I know that.
Yeah, they just shot the 3-ball really well.
Dallas looked,
the first quarter, they came out on fire.
Yep.
And just didn't stop.
Couldn't stop them.
Nope.
Right.
Like when Dwayne Dedman hits 2 threes in the first quarter,
Yep.
you're not gonna win.
Right.
No.
Right.
Dwayne Dedman.
Yep. And then against Dallas, we made J.J. Barea look like an all-pro. We made Dirk look young again. We made Yogi was all right, but we had who else played?
Oh, Dwight Powell. Dunked all over us.
We looked slow.
The last second shot by Matthews was stupid.
It was a great 3-pointer by Matthews to win. So with us,
well, we got to remember that it does not help that Victor got in foul trouble.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, in the Dallas game.
The first half, he had 4 fouls.
It's like we played without him for the whole game. But we had him all last night, and that didn't make a difference.
Yep.
So we got to turn this around, guys.
And we are going to Milwaukee next.
No.
I think it's Milwaukee next, and then Washington.
Philadelphia.
No, it's tomorrow.
No. Tomorrow we play. Is it Milwaukee, right? Tomorrow? And then.
Yeah, tomorrow's Milwaukee.
And
then Washington.
Washington, okay.
And then we come back home against Milwaukee and Utah. And Atlanta. Atlanta again. Yep.
So I would like to point out on the next one.
Okay.
We're done talking about Pacers.
Okay.
They're terrible.
Okay. Let's go to Oklahoma City. Okay.
Somebody had faith in a Mr. Terrible.
Wow. Yeah. Kyle, Land, and Franny had
19 wins in a row.
19 more.
And you know what's bad about that is this before this was a video back in August before they even traded for Carmelo. So that's even worse. So I thought Paul George and Wes Westbrook are going to go for 55 wins.
I think you saw what they did last year. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why.
They definitely haven't meshed. I mean, they're playing good now, and they're 36-27, so their record's decent. But
they're not going to win
19 in a row. And
they almost lost to Dallas last night.
Well, I gave them 50 wins, so that's looking at, 14 and 5? I guess they could. I don't think so. I think Zach's
closest, yep.
11 and 8.
I think it's
that's about
good
right.
Possibility.
500.
Yep.
A little over 500.
Yep.
And especially getting towards the end of the season where you're kind of like they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I guess they could get kicked out.
Are they going to? Right. How well are they going to play?
They're only 3 games of the 7th seed with Denver, and then Clippers.
They're
only 4 games. Yeah,
they may have to push really hard, which makes them win. I don't know, but they've been kind of inconsistent this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
losing.
Really have.
It's just like Philadelphia, and it's just like the Pacers. Teams that are in the tank, you should be beating them.
You should beat them,
but they don't. Thunder almost lost to Dallas last night.
I know. They did.
In overtime.
Yeah.
And then Philadelphia's been losing to teams that are in the tank, and same with the Pacers. It's teams that, like Atlanta and Dallas, they're not looking to win. They want to get a good pick to be able to get a good player.
Right.
And so those 3 teams, the top 3 teams, technically, they should be better than what they are, but they losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to. Exactly. Speaking of that, did you guys... I think I texted you guys about Adam Silver, right? He said that he's going to be watching the...
about tanking?
About tanking, yeah. He said that he's going to be watching the bottom teams from now on closely, and if he sees evidence that...
They're
substituting or making it where they lose games, he's going to put the harshest punishment on the teams.
Yeah.
Maybe lose that pick, fines, maybe lose players. I don't know.
So maybe why Dallas played so well against us.
Yep.
They can give us some sort of a pat on the back because right now those are two awful wins. Teams in the NBA should not be that bad. 18 wins.
Yep.
Atlanta and Dallas should not have just 18 wins.
Yep.
There's something really wrong.
Yep.
Because Nowitzki, Yogi Ferrell, and Berea, they're veterans, obviously.
Yep, veterans.
Veterans you can get.
It's just they're unlucky and they lost the good players.
They've lost some good players, though.
I mean, Atlanta's coming off of Millsap leaving.
And
Horford left the year or two before.
Yep.
They never really upgraded, since then. They couldn't
they had, at one point, Jeff Teague, Damari Carroll, Paul Millsap, Al Horford.
They put a lot into Jeff Teague, and he aged fast.
Quickly on him. Yep. So what they did, they got young guys. They got John Collins and
they just haven't.
Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder.
Well.
Hey, when you go let's face it, if you go to have Dennis Schroeder as your best player, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not one of the top elite players.
No.
Even though he killed us at the end of the game, but he that's your best player. That's John Collins eventually will be the best player probably, and they've got Taurean
Prince. He's a 3-and-D player. He's not bad.
They're going to have some good players, but they should not. They're just young.
You know that the Atlanta Hawks are bad is when their president of the team says that he doesn't trust any of the players. He said that they don't have an all-star player. That's pretty sad. Yeah, and that kind of would piss me off too.
Yeah,
they don't though.
They don't have an all-star player.
No.
I mean, their best player is a B-.
B-, yep.
And that's being nice.
Let's face it. I think Dennis Schroeder will be coming off the bench on most teams in the NBA.
Most teams, yep.
Most teams. I mean, like these teams, and definitely the top 10.
Yep, top 10.
Top 10 teams he'd be starting.
Starting. The top 10 teams, they probably have an elite point guard. I haven't really looked at the top 10. Yeah. John Wall, Curry, trying to think of another team up there probably. Kyrie Irving, that's just 3 right there alone.
Yeah.
Kyle
Lowry. Yep, those are some elite point guards. And
who?
Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague, yeah. We're going to... I'd like to see the Pacers into that top 10 on this list.
In 2 weeks from now. Yep, in 2 weeks from now. Because next week is our power rankings.
So. Yeah. Which the Pacers, by the way,
dropped
down in the power rankings.
Number 5 on NBA.com.
NBA.com.
On ESPN.
Zach and I had him at 6.
I had him at
11.
Which after losing those 2 games,
they're definitely at 11, or maybe lower.
I want to put them at 15. If we were to do the power rankings right now, I put them at 15. The lose of those 2 teams, just unacceptable. Yeah. But with that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and